Hello! In the next couple of videos I'm going to show you some real-time trading examples using the order flow. NinjaTrader has a cool feature which is called the playback, and it allows us to replay any given day and see exactly how the market developed tick by tick. And a great thing is that this feature has fast forward, so we can speed up the price development, and so this way those videos don't need to take hours, but I'm able to show you the most important stuff in just a couple of minutes. So let's get started with this. Let me show you how you can use the replay. First you need to go to connections. You need to disconnect of the current connection which you are using. So for example, if you are using Kinetic, then there'll be disconnect. You need to disconnect it, and you need to connect to playback connection, which you'll see in here. And when you are connected, this little window will pop up, and what you want to do is choose this historical playback. You don't really need the market replay because this just loads too much data, and it loads level 2 data which we don't need. We only need the historical data. So choose this one. In here you choose where you want it to start, in here where you want it to end, and that's basically it. You hit play, and with this you can change how fast it will all move. Alright, so when I'll be showing you some trades, I'll go slower, but when we will be waiting for some price development, I'll speed it up, for example, to the 20 times normal speed, so we don't need to sit and wait for too long for the price or for the trade to develop. Alright, so let me just move this to my other screen, and let's start with the first example. So before we actually start with the first example, let me show you an order flow trading workspace which I created. On this chart I use a 30-minute time frame, and I use the volume cell content. Alright, this chart is really important because it sort of shows the bigger picture. It also shows the daily volume profile in here on the left. Now this chart is a 5-minute chart of the same trading instrument, so it's more detailed, and I use the bid ask setting in here. In here I look for trade confirmations and for trade imbalances. Now this chart is a 30-minute chart, and in here I use the trades filter, so it only shows orders which are bigger than 25. You can see it in here. Alright, so this is where I see the big guys entering the markets. And in here this is 1-minute chart with 1-minute cumulative delta. In here I look for the divergences. Now I also use other charts like volume profile chart, but this is the best I could fit in one screen which I'm able to record. I'm only able to record one screen, so this is the most important stuff, at least if you want to use just the order flow. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in those videos. Alright, so let's get started with the first example. This is a situation from yesterday on the Euro futures, and the thing which caught my eye was this double volume node, those two next to each other. Then the next candle formed above it, so it seems like buyers who are building up their positions in those high volume nodes, and afterwards they started to push the price upwards, so this will become a support. As you can see, there are also volumes below it, I mean like heavier volumes below it, so this will be sort of a support zone. And what I'll do, I'll be waiting for some sort of confirmation around this support zone, and I'll be waiting for confirmation on the 5-minute bid ask chart, and also on the delta. Yeah, by the way, one thing I forgot to tell you, also in this area where we see those two double nodes, there is this huge order on a trace filter. Alright, so let's start with the replay. I speed it up at 100 times, so the price development is 100 times faster. Would I want to see a pullback to this support? Let me just show this on all those charts. When there is a pullback to this level, I'll be waiting for confirmation. Now the price is going closer, so I'm going to slow it down. Now all this would happen way slower, alright, in real time, but we would be sitting here for hours, so this way it's way more effective. Now, price is going near, it hit the level, but so far no confirmation. I'm going to slow it down a bit. What we see are selling imbalances in here, so this is a sign of aggressive sellers. I'm not really into entering a trade against aggressive sellers. Also, delta is negative, so no entry yet because there is no confirmation yet. What I would like to see is some huge limit order or some absorption around this support level. Now there is a sort of divergence on the delta. Price is going downwards, but the delta is not really going downwards. It's the general direction is upwards, so this is positive news, but I would still prefer to see a confirmation around the level on this bid-ask chart. Currently there are more sellers, delta is negative. No sign of buyers yet. Huge volumes start to appear on here. This could be the confirmation we are waiting for. This 136 contracts, 138. This could be a limit order. Limit orders jumping in. Buy limit orders. As you can see, this number is way bigger than all the numbers above. So this would be the confirmation. This would be the entry right now. This is buyers entering with limit orders. Alright, so this is the trade entry. This is where you would enter the trade right now at 0814. So let me move the line to the entry point. Now let's determine where the take profit would be. Ideal place for take profit in here. Why? Because heavy volumes are here. The high volume node is here, so one tick below it. This could work as a resistance, a potential resistance, and you don't really want to trade against it. So this would be the take profit, which would be 13 ticks. Alright? Take profit is 13 ticks. Delta is rising, which is positive. That's nice. aggressive buyers are entering. Let me speed it up a bit. Right now it would be wise to move your stop loss below the reaction in here, behind this high volume node. This should now work as a support. The price shouldn't go past it, so it would be best to secure the position, move the stop loss one tick below this rejection. Alright, you can secure your position below a heavy volume area like this, or below the reaction point. In this case it is the same, so that's in here. Delta remains positive. Let me just draw the take profit on all the charts. I'll draw a line there. So 4 more ticks to go until we quit the trade. I'll speed it up a bit so it's faster. Buying imbalances, also buyers in here, aggressive buyers. Delta is rising. You can see also that delta is positive in here. Alright, now would be the take profit. Alright, so that's for this trade. We can let it develop for a few more moments to see if the price will react to those volumes. I'll just play it faster. Let's see what happens. Delta is rising. The price overshot this resistance, and there are some selling imbalances. So if you are trying to trail this trade and get more of it, then this would be a warning. Those selling imbalances, this would be a warning to quit the trade. So as soon as you saw that, as you saw those selling imbalances, it would be best to quit the trade. So you would quit it somewhere in here or in here, which is actually at the same level as we had the take profit. So in this case, trading the position wouldn't really help. It would be best to quit it right after those aggressive sellers showed up. Alright, so that's for this example. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.